Okay, I'm going to look at the how you maintain posture while moving in the form. So we looked at basic posture in an earlier video, looking at the stance at the start of a form. It's hard to maintain that while you're moving. So what kind of things should you be looking out for? Well, we just look at some of the basic moves. Not too worried about the hands, but looking at the body position while we're changing weight. Okay, so for instance, forward stepping. So brush knee push is quite a good one to look at because it's pretty much the same in both 24 step and long yang. Slight difference with the legs, but not massively so. So if I do it facing the camera to start with, so you've done your first, doing your second one. I'll do 24 steps, so the leg doesn't come very high on the 24 step to here. So most of the work is going on from the hips down. Between the shoulders and the hip is staying fairly stable. So if I do it from the side, here, move, so my shoulders should stay over my hips while I'm going forwards. So when I push, should feel like it's coming from the small of the back. So one of the tendencies people tend to do is to think of the push leaning forward. Okay, so one of the things that tends to do actually pushing into the back leg to get that forward motion, but rather than keeping that knee bent, you straighten the leg, which tilts the upper body. And there's just that leaning forward as well. So it's trying to make sure hips stay tucked in. So you shouldn't feel your hips tilting here, and don't straighten the leg, which tilts you as well. Going back, it's similar. So tendency, so if you're coming back from a press, you should just stay here. So as if I'm being pushed in the centre here. So my shoulders stay over my hips. One of the things people tend to do is that lean back as I go backwards. So you'd think of the shoulders as always floating over the hips. So I'm going forwards, I'm going backwards, it's the same. So the movement is here between the hips and the shoulders, very little movement. We may be twisting the hips and moving the hands, but the head should float over the shoulders float over the head. Shoulders float over the hips. So try and avoid excessive leaning forward or back. Always think of movement that's coming from the hips. Now, it takes a bit of getting used to, because tendencies when you think you're going forward is think, I've got to go forward. And straight away my weight's in my toes, sink back, now my weight's straight down. Still more weight on the front leg than the back leg, so I'm not 50-50. So when I go back, both feet are flat on the ground, the pressure's even across the soles of both feet, but most of my weight's now on my back foot. I sink back a bit further and draw the foot in. Okay, but my weight stays over that foot and then goes forward. Okay. Something to play around with and have a practice about. If you've got a mirror, it's quite good to practice things like that in front of the mirror so you can see what you're doing. If you haven't got a mirror, filming yourself or just having your camera switched on so you can see movement in the screen if you don't want to actually film it, it's quite a good way of checking your own posture and your own structure. Okay, thank you very much.